Okay, where am I here? Okay, you guys having fun? Huh? Nice and hot up here. Okay, next, finalist from Kittinger, Ontario. The company is Suncayr. Please welcome Andrew Martinko to the stage. Did I get that right now?
Hi everyone, I'm Andrew, co-founder and CEO of Suncayr. How many times have you been outside having fun with your family, but when you've come home, your child has a nasty sunburn? One bad sunburn as a child doubles your risk for skin cancer later. And skin cancer is directly caused by overexposure to UV. Skin cancer is the most common form of cancer in the world. That's why we made Spot, a way to help you use sunscreen more effectively to prevent this. You'll put Spot on and apply sunscreen over top. When your spot's clear, you're protected. When spot turns purple, your sunscreen's worn off. Reapply sunscreen, spot changes back to clear. So it's reversible, you're safe all day. Spot absorbs and releases sunscreen just like your skin, even in the water. We can print fun designs, which gives us white label and licensing opportunities. Spot's patent pending, and we've tested it extensively, its efficacy in Australia. We're a team of engineers and chemists from Canada, and we have experience in cancer research as well as entrepreneurship and more. We work closely with Johnson & Johnson through their incubator in Toronto, and we've been funded by the government of Australia to test this product. We're a B2B company. We're going to partner with a major brand to bring Spot to customers. They love how Spot increases sunscreen sales. We've also partnered with an Australian bank to distribute 50,000 spots within Australia in the next 2 months. Buffalo's the perfect place for us to get started. We're working, there's 5 major sunscreen brands within a 1-hour flight of Buffalo, including Johnson & Johnson. We're looking to grow our business development team, and we're also really excited about the 17 potential manufacturers within the Buffalo region who can make our product. Currently, we're planning to sell Spot for $1 each, and we can make profit off of that. Spot costs us 20 cents to manufacture, and within the next 12 months, we'll be reducing that cost by half. I'm Andrew, and Suncayr is going to make sun safety simplified for everyone. Thank you.
Great job, Andrew. Great job. Why not?
This is my CTO, Chad. Sorry, my CTO, Chad.
Yes.
He's going to hand out some demos for you to see how the product looks like.
Okay, who wants to kick this off? Melissa, please.
So I appreciate you selling it to B2B,
yes.
But I have 6 kids. You could make a fortune just off of me
yes.
at $1, and we spend the summers in Martha's Vineyard. So talk to me about what was the decision, what was behind that decision of not doing direct-to-consumer where you could license characters, et cetera, versus going B2B? Seems like a long sales cycle.
Yep, we like B2B because retail store sales cycle is extremely difficult to get into. The cost associated with listing a product, marketing that new brand for a startup is relatively infeasible, and we see it as a much bigger risk actually than partnering with that brand and leveraging their existing relationship with the customers and the retail stores.
Next question.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead.
Yep.
Building a big business $1 at a time seems like a tall order. How do you build a big business out of this?
Our end goal is partnership with a major brand, such as the biggest sunscreen company in North America, Neutrogena from Johnson & Johnson. So we're working to build with these smaller partnerships like the bank in Australia, build our proof of concept, show our proof of demand, show that traction to build a compelling story for the sunscreen partners, which will then allow us to work with them. They've already got the branding licensing with Disney, with big characters like that, and we'll be able to leverage that to hit the retail scale at large.
Okay, Bonnet, I know you.
Yeah, that's my concern. So I mean, one of the big things here, and this is what I care about, is how do we job creation in Buffalo?
Yep.
And my concern is, look, I come from CPG, PepsiCo, Mondelez, Kraft. This is what I know really well. There's no way on planet Earth that once this gets going, that Neutrogena is going to say, oh yeah, we're going to partner with you and leave you in Buffalo. The very first thing they do is they snatch you up and they bring you into the mothership. They probably crush you, unfortunately. But so help me understand, if your strategy is to get Neutrogena to buy you and bring you to market, how are you going to keep those jobs here in Buffalo?
Our goal is to be a technology company. So this is one space of that as a sun protection company, a sun protection technology. We have other technologies we're looking at as well. UV technology, further deviances out into the sun protection market that we'll plan to keep developing.
Up next. Jill.
That was one of my questions. Earlier today, you mentioned that you were a platform company. Yeah. So outside of UV protection and basically the sunscreen angle, what other things do you see in your pipeline going onto this platform?
Yeah. So earlier today, I mentioned a company called Clean Slate UV, who is part of 43North before. So they're making a machine that sanitizes medical devices with UV light. So one thing we can do is monitor UV sterilization with our device, and we've done some pilots with them to test that out. Some other technologies we see are in the manufacturing space. UV light can be used for both sterilization. It can also be used in the manufacturing procedure, so monitoring that that has been completed properly. And then finally, in the cosmetics space, I mentioned how Spot absorbs and releases sunscreen just like your skin. So there's some really interesting opportunities there with what we're calling our skin mimicking technology. That's the core component of our patent for different cosmetic future products on the line, or cosmetics testing to see how things work in different environments.
Right.
David.
So I can't reinforce enough what you're hearing from this panel about direct-to-consumer and how you become a really big business. As it's currently set up today, it seems to me that you're a vehicle for a bigger company to sell more sunscreen. Mm-hmm. Right? And as a pasty Pollock from Buffalo, I still like the sun, and I live in California and have kids, and the volume of queries in a 2-minute check and the volume of groups on Facebook in a less than 2-minute check seems that you have a staggering group of people out there.
Yep.
So we all see that. I think you should listen to some of the feedback that you're getting. And so my real question then is really about the IP. As I was going through your diligence materials, I see names on it. I don't actually see the company on it. Who owns it?
Good question.
So all the IP is owned by the company. We've all assigned it to the company throughout the entire course of our journey. The IP is at the PCT stage now, so it's going along quite nicely.
If I can comment on your earlier point as well. I definitely
Sounds like
agree.
you should.
Yeah, I definitely agree with what everyone's saying. And with our goal of these smaller partnerships, like a co-branding partnership with, say, a bank in this instance, but maybe a smaller sunscreen company who doesn't have the leverage to require us to do a licensing route, that's something we're really interested in exploring. And we're absolutely open to going that B2C route down the line once those smaller B2B routes get our name out there and allow us to build that brand equity ourselves.
With all due respect, you have a huge group of people at 43North that would love to help you, and you have a 3-1 football team who is in first place in the AFC East. I bet you could go get a logo to put on one of these stickers that kids would love.
Yep. And that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing in Australia right now.
But the problem with that strategy is, so I'm a smaller skincare brand, right? First of all, if you want to meet Estee Lauder and these guys, we should just do that now, right, for you guys. But I mean, if I'm a smaller skincare brand and I partner with you, my whole idea is I want exclusive access to this technology. And also, L'Oreal is going to look at that and say, oh, these are already out. It's not innovation for us. So I'm just concerned that unless it's direct to consumer, and also I think the dollar by dollar, I don't see how this is really a big business that stays here and does a lot of impact in Buffalo.
You got 15 seconds to wrap it up.
Definitely agree with what you're saying. It's a great point. I really do think that what we're planning to do with the partnerships we're getting, so we've gone to the Ashes Cricket Series in Australia, we've gone to similar events, the Commonwealth Games in Australia. We can do similar events like that here in the USA, in Buffalo, to get our product out there in that manner, and that's what we're planning to do with our business development team.
No